Imagine a world where no one has ever died before. No funerals, no grief, no understanding of what death even is. Then one day, someone stops moving. They don't wake up. They don't breathe. What would the first humans think? Would they feel fear, confusion, or nothing at all? Part 1. A world without death. Early humans didn't start with an understanding of death. For most animals today, death is not a concept, it's just an event. But humans are different. At some point in evolution, our ancestors developed self-awareness, the ability to think about themselves, and eventually, their own mortality. This likely began with species like Homo heidelbergensis and later Neanderthals. But before that, death may have been deeply confusing. Imagine seeing someone sleep and then never wake up. No visible injury, no explanation. To a primitive mind, this wouldn't look like death. It might look like something else entirely.
Part 2. The first reactions: confusion and curiosity. Anthropologists believe the earliest reactions to death were probably curiosity and caution, not immediate grief. Early humans likely touched the body, tried to wake the person, observed changes. But then something strange would happen. The body would begin to change. It would stiffen, decay, smell. This is where fear likely entered the picture, because now the person they knew was transforming into something unfamiliar. This may have triggered one of the first human questions. Where did they go? Part 3. The birth of fear and meaning. At some point, death stopped being just an observation and became a mystery. This is when early humans may have started developing proto-beliefs. Not religions as we know them, but simple ideas like the person has left the body. Something invisible is involved. Death might be contagious or dangerous. Evidence suggests early humans sometimes avoided dead bodies, or even abandoned areas where someone died. This tells us something important. They didn't just see death, they interpreted it. Part 4. The first burials. One of the biggest clues comes from archaeology. Some of the earliest known burials date back around 100,000 years. Bodies weren't just left behind, they were placed carefully into the ground. Sometimes with tools, flowers, possibly animal bones. This changes everything, because burial suggests something profound. They believed the person still mattered, even after death. Neanderthals, in particular, show signs of this behavior. This might be the moment when humans first thought, death is not the end, or at least not the same as before.
Part 5. The emergence of grief. Did early humans feel grief like we do today? Most likely, yes, but in a simpler form. Grief doesn't require language or culture. It's rooted in attachment. We see this even in animals. Elephants mourn their dead. Chimpanzees stay with lifeless bodies. So early humans likely experienced confusion, loss, emotional distress. But over time, this evolved into something deeper: rituals. Part 6. From death to culture. Death may have been one of the most important forces shaping human civilization. It led to burial practices, spiritual beliefs, the idea of an afterlife. In a way, death created meaning. Because once humans understood that life ends, they began asking, what comes next? And that question shaped everything from religion to philosophy. Ending. So how did ancient humans react to their first death? Not with immediate understanding, but with curiosity, fear, and eventually, meaning. Death wasn't just an ending. It was the beginning of what made us human.